I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's get you up to speed this Thursday morning.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Anne Asis-Carilo. We are here to add some sunshine and inspiration to your day. I'm Monique Tuzon. Good morning. Join us in the next hour for stories and conversations that matter.
Speaking of conversations that matter, we have to talk about a world-changing election that happened just yesterday in the United States. Mo, if I'm not mistaken, you actually did vote. You are a dual citizen and you ended up voting as well. I mean, like, just being part of yung proseso na yun, how was that for you?
I mean, this election was really a stressful one, I would say. But I'm just glad that I can use my voice. It doesn't matter where I am in the world, and I was still able to do that. So at least I feel like I'm still part of that while even being, miles and miles away.
Yeah.
What about you, Anne? I know you didn't vote, but
I didn't.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know what?
It's theater.
I know it is. It's a spectacle, really. And you can see everything's in the red now. And you can see mixed reactions online. Some people are happy, some people are crying or heartbroken and disappointed.
Yeah.
But, at the end of the day, we just hope for the best.
Yeah.
These are your votes. These are the people you elected. Then we just, pray that they do a good job.
Grabe yung food for thought for both sides, I'm sure. Kasi syempre, there's so much to really talk about with regards to that. But of course, speaking of talking about that, we're going to talk a bit more about that later on in the show. But we're also going to talk about single-use plastics.
Oh, yes.
We're going to talk about microplastics in general and of course, how we can avoid that in our own home. Syempre, kasi grabe, that has been an issue as well. And of course, I believe we found a new berry.
I'm so excited for this one because we talked about apples last night or yesterday morning.
And the first thing Mo did was Google Fruits.
Google Fruits available in the Philippines because I got so excited.
You're so like Mudeng, you love fruits.
Yes. See, I told you, she's my spirit animal.
Anyway, before we continue on Modeng's day, talking about it, let's find out more news that you could use by checking on the weather today. Several provinces in Luzon are under signal number 4 due to Typhoon Marce. Based on its latest advisory, parts of mainland Cagayan and the Babuyan Islands are under this particular tropical cyclone wind signal. Under signal number 4, people are warned of strong winds that are, quote, a significant to severe threat to life and property. Signal number 3 is raised over the southern portion of Batanes and the rest of Babuyan Islands, the rest of Cagayan, Apayao, and the northern portion of Ilocos Norte. Pag-asa says Typhoon Marce was last spotted east of Apari in Cagayan. Forecasters expect the typhoon to make landfall and traverse the Babuyan Islands this afternoon until early Friday morning. Typhoon Marce is seen to exit the country's weather monitoring area Friday night. For more weather updates, tune in to Weather HQ later on at 9 a.m. only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
And right now, let's take a look at the roads this rush hour. Now, here's a look at the situation along Commonwealth Avenue. Can we show them? There you go. On the left side are the vehicles going to Sandigan Bayan, and on the right side are the vehicles headed to the Quezon Memorial Circle. Sabi ko sa inyo guys, ang traffic talaga sa Commonwealth every single day. So the best thing to do is to leave early and get to work on time.
Or is that counterflow on the left side? Tignan niyo yan, no?
Yeah, talaga may counterflow until 11 a.m. if I'm not mistaken, every weekday. So checking on EDSA Quezon Avenue flyover. Let's take a look at that section. There you go. On the left side are vehicles going to Quiapo, and on the right side are vehicles headed to Quezon Memorial Circle. So of course, if you're headed back to Quezon City, it's still a good time to drive. But on the left side, we're seeing already a buildup as you head to Manila, Quiapo area. So guys, keep a cool head if you're already stuck in traffic. We hope that you get to your destinations safe and sound. And the MMDA number coding scheme is in full swing. Since it's a Thursday today, vehicles with plate numbers ending in 7 and 8 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
U.S. President Joe Biden has congratulated Donald Trump following a stunning and polarizing victory in the U.S. elections. The White House tells Reuters Mr. Biden has spoken to both Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris by phone. It adds the president has invited Trump to meet in the White House while congratulating Harris on her historic campaign. Mr. Biden is set to deliver an address Thursday to discuss the election results and the transition. Harris had earlier called Trump Wednesday to congratulate him on his victory. She is also set to make public remarks following her campaign. The 78-year-old Trump secured his comeback to the White House, garnering over 270 electoral college votes needed to win the presidency.
It's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
President Bongbong Marcos has extended his congratulations to U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. Mr. Marcos says he expects the alliance between the Philippines and the U.S. to remain strong under the second Trump presidency. He adds he believes a partnership between the two nations is founded in freedom and democracy. The president also says he wants to work with Trump in resolving various issues.
Netizens turned to posting memes on social media to express their sentiments on the results of the U.S. presidential elections. So let's check on this post from X, formerly Twitter. This netizen says that for the first time, the hit U.S. animated comedy series The Simpsons got its prediction wrong. Filipinos also joined in on the conversation online, comparing the fate of U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and former VP Leni Robredo. The running joke is that Harris, like Robredo, will set up an NGO.
But you know who wasn't wrong in predicting
Mudeng.
the presidency?
Mudeng.
Not me, Mudeng.
Mudeng, yes.
My girl was right this whole time.
We have to have Mudeng predict more things. I need Mudeng to now predict who's the next NBA champion. I need Mudeng to predict the next winner of whichever
Pero
election.
kailangan yung box has equal amounts of fruits.
Equal amounts of fruits, yeah.
No, you know what? I wish we can do a segment, if you guys are listening to us,
Yeah.
the people there,
Yeah.
please send us to Thailand because I want to see my girl Mudeng and I want to interview her.
You know, here I thought we're going to ask animals to predict certain events here. Local elections natin happening next year. That would be really fun as
let's
well.
ask Mudeng.
I'm gonna train my dog nga to ano.
Yeah.
We have
do
a
a
local
prediction.
Mudeng. We should have a local animal
Well,
predicting
we have
stuff.
you.
Modeng.
Yes.
But you can
Okay
predict.
naman, okay
Hindi
lang.
pa-
Give me a fruit basket, I'm happy.
Yeah, 100%. But then, yeah, you know what? It's just, you know, the whole political theater is, I wouldn't say it's even done yet. In fact, it's going to continue on and on.
Yeah, and I think they're still counting the votes as well. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not official yet, but
Technically
But-
speaking,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But
Kamala
of
has
course,
conceded, and Trump has already been giving speeches and everything. Everybody's congratulating him. So,
I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's an
There.
exciting time. We'll just see what happens,
Yes.
right?
Exciting, definitely. And of course, we're going to see how this would impact, of course, the Philippines
Yes.
in its own global relations. And if I'm not mistaken, throughout the day, we actually will have coverage on that here on BNC with a lot of analysts coming in to give their takes on how it would all figure for the Philippines with President Trump now coming in his second term. Now, we've got more stories for you later on in the show as we talk about steps to help alleviate plastic pollution. Catch that discussion after the break. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
good morning and welcome back. You are still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Microplastics pose a big risk in the environment, affecting marine animals and even humans. Recent studies show microplastics are in the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink. The plastic pollution crisis is more than what meets the eye. But what could we do against a threat that cannot be seen? Joining us this morning, we have Asia Pacific Project Coordinator for Waste Trade, Coleen. Salamat. It's a beautiful day. Coleen, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining the show. Now, for the benefit of the viewers, what are microplastics?
So microplastics, it depends actually. Pwedeng through a product itself, for example, through microbeads, kasi yung mga facial scrubs, or even powder detergent, they have those microbeads, which are actually microplastics. The second one is through natural degradation of plastics.
Okay.
So as time goes on, lumiliit siya and then turns into microplastics. That even the naked eye, sometimes those kinds of microplastics cannot be seen by the naked eye. So,
Alright, so I want to panic ng slight muna. Sa face care products, may
know.
yung microplastics.
Yes, makeup.
So be careful, yeah.
For every makeup?
No,
Or
not all naman. It actually depends on the product that you use,
Okay.
or also the brand that you use. So you really have to check.
Is it normally stated, but like in the makeup, like, or what can we look? Obviously,
We can't move on from the makeup, can we?
Because this is something that we use every
Yeah.
day.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially for like
Concerns
our women
us.
viewers,
Yeah.
how can we discern if our makeup has microplastics?
That's just I'm not sure if makeup has, but really more of the facial scrubs. lang. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Scrub are you
beads.
The
using?
beads, yeah,
So
you can
how-
feel it. Yeah.
How
There's
exactly
a
are
difference.
microplastics harmful, especially to us humans?
Yeah.
Well, we still need more studies on the direct linkage for microplastics, but there's an initial one that found that it serves like as a carrier of diseases, of viruses. So parang nagiging vessel siya or to spread more diseases. So yeah, and generally kasi yung plastic, we don't know the thousands of chemicals na present there.
Right.
But we know na most of it has heavy metals, ganyan, lead.
Yeah.
And,
One of the things that we have to discuss is the fact that it's actually present
Yes.
in the food we eat, the water we
Yeah.
drink. There are very many studies, statements on social media, especially talking about how microplastics are actually present in our everyday life,
Yes.
especially in the things that we consume. What are the places, or what are the things that people don't realize that actually contribute to microplastics in our body based on what we eat?
Yeah, well, actually, for seafood, for example, lalo yung mga bottom dwellers na kind of seafood, like mga shell, crabs, ganyan. Yun yung may mga microplastics din. Also, even bangus, there are studies na found
love
na may
bangus.
bangus. So, yun nga rin, unconsciously, nakakain na pala talaga natin siya. Even air, in Metro Manila, may studies na it's in the air that we breathe in Manila. So,
Grabe, it seems
Yeah.
like it's unavoidable.
At this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Unless sa probinsya tayo, or sa probinsya meron na din.
well, kulang pa talaga on studies
Yeah.
for that.
Studies, yeah. Yes,
But
yes,
sa seafood sa probinsya, they found na rin ng mga traces of
And
that.
yeah, you mentioned it might be in our waters as well. Is there a way we can treat our water to minimize the microplastics in it, or there's no studies about that as well?
I think need pa yun more to explore because it's actually in the water bottles. Because the water bottles, about the pet bottles,
Yeah.
that because it's plastic, usually may leakage pa rin siya. So that's why it was found na it's in the water because of these kinds of material. It's the material itself kasi that's
Yeah.
very
Okay.
problematic.
So should we use like the mga aluminum bottles instead?
Yeah,
or-
bring your own tumbler.
Yeah, yung mga tumbler.
Glass and
Yeah,
all.
glass.
Kasi
And I
uso, uso yung tumbler ngayon.
Yes.
People are more into
Yeah.
it now, especially with the
Oh.
cute tumblers that
Yeah.
people have.
Ang mamahal lang, pero yes,
And
tama
I
ka.
read somewhere na yung expiry date sa water bottle is not really for the water because it doesn't
It's for the
expire. It's for
plastic.
the
For the plastic.
plastic. Yeah. Kaya may mga advisory na parang you can't leave it in the car
Yeah.
because
Right.
plastics can't be heated.
Yeah,
Plus
it's
yung
gonna melt.
microwavable plastics also, they do not recommend that. Parang ganon.
I remember when we were in, my own personal story about that, when we were in China for the Asian Games, each medium member was given their own condo. And then the water that they gave you was literally 4 crates of bottled water in your room. So that just goes to show you how much bottled water they're okay giving a certain individual. And on that, you're actually part of a group that actually is trying to help monitor and trying to help address the plastic problem around the world, especially mga single-use plastics. Can you tell us a bit more about unang-una yung organization mo and what you're trying to do and what the world is trying to do to
Yes.
address this problem?
Okay, so us with Break Free from Plastic, we're actually a group of, we're a movement of 13,000 organizations working on the entire life cycle of plastics. And when we say entire life, from extraction ng oil and gas, because ito yung misconception na ang plastic, basura lang, ganyan, problema lang ng dagat. No, plastic is 99% byproduct of oil and gas, plus thousands and hundreds of chemicals. And kami, we address it na not just there, but up to recycling. Kasi when you recycle it, there's minsan mas nagka-create pa siya ng more problem and more harm to the environment and to our health.
And you talked about recycling just now. I know here in the Philippines, it's not as big as in the US, like I mentioned earlier, because in the US, most households, we have a recycling bin.
Yeah.
What can we do here as individuals to recycle at home?
Yeah.
Well, first is to segregate your trash. Nabubulok, hindi nabubulok, residual. Ito yung hindi talaga na-recycle at all. Supposedly, yun lang yung dapat nag-end up in the landfill. And that's this on recyclable. Also, when it comes to recyclable, iba yung, for example, a PET bottle. Hindi 100% of the PET bottle could be recycled. Yung white, yung transparent part lang. But like the sachet and then the rim, that cannot be recycled. So recycling is really not the solution. It's really more of reuse systems, refill systems, or other kind of systems that is not single-use, not linear. Lahat kasi right now, linear pa yan eh. Like, isang use lang, tapon agad. We're still at a very disposal kind of society.
Right.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what I love about hotels now? When you check in, especially here in the Philippines, they're making an effort now to reduce single-use plastics. So most of the time when you check in, they have glass water bottles, even their amenities.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
mostly-
like, this also feels like a bit of a cultural problem dito sa Pilipinas, yung sa single-use plastics. Because I remember growing up, I used to drink soft drinks sa plastic bag na may plastic straw, di ba?
Oh, but in
Yeah.
fairness, I don't know why. Baka nga it's the microplastics, but Coke and like Sprite and all that tastes better in the supot. It does. There's a difference. I have a vlog about it. I will post it. So I'm just saying, it's a microplastic, so I probably have so many.
Maybe, but no. I mean, like, is it a cultural thing? Because we talked about a while ago about how there is no national law on single-use plastics, if I'm not mistaken. Pero I believe LGUs, many LGUs in the country, actually have it, but then wala pa na national scale. I believe the Congress has a resolution, but the Senate does not. So just how far are we, sa palagay mo, in terms of addressing yung situation na to?
Well, we were almost there. Actually, like you said kanina, at the lower house, nagpasa na sila ng bill. I think that was in 2021. And then walang move at the Senate. Ang nagkaroon ng move, ang pumasang batas at that time is Extended Producer Responsibility Act for plastic packaging. So the EPR Act obliges large enterprises to create their EPR programs. So mas yun lang. And yung actually yun nga, yung, like you said, LGUs mas nauna on addressing the problem of plastic. Sila talaga yung nag-ban na and all. Pero actually, meron sa 9003 na specific provision na dapat banned na yung non-environmentally acceptable products and packaging. And by definition, yun yung mga hindi nare-recycle and all. So supposedly, nagpo-fall under doon yung mga single-use plastics. But up until now, actually may kaso yun at Supreme Court level. One of our members, Oceana Philippines, filed a mandamus case for the lack of, for not releasing the NAIAP list. So yeah.
That's interesting because I bring up the LGU because I did work for the QC LGU recently, and I brought the I brought a water bottle and said, "Sir, bawal yan." I'm like, "Oh no!" I completely forgot about the bottled water situation there sa QC. So it's good to see at least sa local level may movements. But then for business owners, but then for business owners right now, kasi syempre some people want to shift to non-plastic solutions, but then at the end of the day, yung conception kasi masyadong mahal to move on from plastic to something more sustainable.
Yeah. Well, yun din actually yun din yung challenge for us. Like of course, hindi naman basta-basta yung gusto natin ng kind of like reuse and refill and alternative delivery systems na hindi talaga disposal ay mas mapatupad. Pero yung thing is, yung small businesses, yung micro, small, medium enterprises, we've seen business models now, for example, reuse and refill stations as an alternative to like groceries and all. Technically, nag-exist na rin yung mga these kinds of solutions kasi, di ba dati, wala naman single-use plastics. Like, I don't know if nakwento ng lola at lola nyo na parang dati as in refilling yung mga sari-sari store, magdadala ka ng sarili.
Yes.
So,
Ba't mo alam?
Nakwento yun ng mga tita ko. Nire-refill nila yung mga, let's say, refillable yung milk, refillable yung shampoo, yung mga ganyan. Yes. Grabe to si Pa! No,
Sorry,
but
you were
I
saying.
remember. Okay, go.
So yeah, we just really have to go back to basics, to what it
Yes,
was
yes.
before, na kaya naman. So it's really, yun nga rin yung parang misconception na we're a sachet economy, it's in our culture. No, our culture before was like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's really, when you look at our indigenous roots, it's very environmentally friendly.
Yes.
I mean, pero yun nga, with the corporations, lalo na pumasok yung mga multinational corporations, sila yung nag-bring in ng sachets. Like if you see in the commercials, it's so intense na parang you have to purchase this, mas mabango to, mas mabango yan, mas effective to, mas effective yan. So that drove up yung that kind of consumer behavior.
Yeah.
And it makes it so practical kasi, the sachets, the packaging, right? So, can you give us like simple, practical ways to help address this microplastics problem? Something that we can do now in our homes, in our workplace, di ba?
I think in our homes, yun nga, una sa lahat, to segregate your waste. And other than that, when you go to grocery, bring your own. As simple as bringing your own bayong or tote bag, bringing your own container, kanyan. Which is actually frustrating kasi minsan yung mga businesses, ayaw nila yung nagdadala ka na ng baunan mo. Like, you're doing your part, pero sila, at the other hand, they're parang ina-avoid pa nila yon. So, also for businesses to like be open to that, give incentives when people bring their own containers.
Yes.
Because nangyayari na yung mga ganun practices, like they give incentives to that. And that's the thing, may mga ganun na ngang business models. Like, it's easy to follow because it's been existing for so long. Not just for groceries, but even for cafes. Some cafes, the one in La Union, they don't offer yung take-out containers. You really have to bring your own if you want a to-go coffee. So, yung mga ganun klaseng initiatives. And actually, in Break Free from Plastic, we're also doing plastic-free campuses. We have a toolkit for campuses to go plastics-free.
That's good.
I think lots of universities now in the Philippines are also practicing it, even with the lack of, again, the national law to ban single-use plastics. There are schools, church, a lot actually of institutions are going single-use plastic-free na.
You know, I'm also seeing mga young parents who are very, how do I say this? Intense about what their children eat. And do you think that that is something that has not been addressed enough, siguro? Like how this affects younger children who don't necessarily have the choices that we have as older people with actual jobs and actually working.
Sorry, the food they eat.
Yes, yung mga for parents addressing their younger, providing for their younger children.
Yun din that's also the challenge kasi if it's not accessible, of course, lumiliit yung mga options natin.
Yeah.
That's why us with our members, civil society organizations, really working with government to make it more accessible, to make these kinds of options na really bumababa sa public. Because, for example, one of our members here in the Philippines, the Greenpeace Philippines, they're doing the Kuha sa Tingi program. So, yung mga liquid detergent, ganyan, binababa nila sa sari-sari stores. So, they're trying to convert sari-sari stores to refilling stores.
That's good. Yeah.
And sorry, for those wondering siguro how they can actually change siguro from a business perspective or at least want to maybe invest in this opportunity because it feels like may gap ata for those who can provide alternatives to plastic use. Is there a market opportunity for those more business-minded people out there to try and fill that gap?
Yes, there's a business opportunity because technically the law provides incentives, EPR Act, I believe, and also RA 9003 or Solid Waste Management Act. The government should have had guidelines already by this time to provide these kinds of incentives for businesses. And at the same time, at the global level, meron din ginagawang global plastics treaty right now.
Yeah.
So through that, it's not just a national level, but at the global scale, merong opportunity. For that.
So I'm actually curious, like here in the Philippines, we have a lot of coconuts, we have a lot of bamboo. Is there any way the Philippine government, or I mean just the Philippines in general, can we leverage that? Because I know
Natural resources.
exactly, because we have a
Natural
lot,
alternatives.
like, you know, when you go to Siargao or Boracay, you see that there's more bamboos, more coconuts. Is there a way we can use our resources to help with this issue?
Yeah, I think the USD is exploring that. So the government has been exploring these kinds of nature-based solutions and kind of packaging. And technically, hindi to bago eh. Kasi when you go to Palengke, for example, yung iba will still pack their products in banana leaf.
Yes.
So this kinds of solutions, it's not new to us. You just really have to upscale it, to leverage it.
Right.
You know, Coleen, before we let you go, no, I just remembered this article that I read. Scientists have actually found traces of microplastics in human brains, and not just the brain, no, other organs as well, liver, kidneys, and this is very alarming. What are your thoughts on this? And my follow-up question there is, how can we avoid, or maybe not completely avoid, but lower our chances of ingesting microplastics? Kasi as we talked about kanina, it's in our food, it's in the water that we drink.
Everything, clothes as
Yeah.
well.
How
right?
can we
facial
avoid this?
products.
I'm so
So
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, well, yun nga, actually, because microplastic was found in the blood, that's why it goes to like every
Yeah.
organ
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
body. If you want to do more, like really more, it's really to join the conversation right now on global plastic treaty.
Okay.
Because these kinds of, it's technically unavoidable at this time with the
Yeah.
amount of plastics that's
Yeah.
in
It's
the
scary,
environment.
no?
It's almost inevitable to really
To
avoid
have some
it.
in your system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. And of course, the UN Environmental Program is having their 5th session towards the end of the year. You were there for the 4th session, and I don't know, are you going to be there for the 5th?
No, I wasn't at the first session, but I'm going to be at the 5th
You're going
session.
to be at the 5th
Yes.
session. So enjoy that moment, and hopefully we can have you back for more updates on that
Sure,
later
definitely.
on.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on our
thank
show.
you so
I
much.
learned a lot, and now at least I'm more aware, and I hope the viewers are more aware as well. So now we get to talk about my favorite fruits. So who likes blueberries for breakfast? Because I do. When we return, a new species of the popular fruit has been discovered in Davao. That story and more when It's a Beautiful Day returns. Welcome back. You're still watching It's a Beautiful Day. Now, before we talk about my favorite fruits, the blueberries, let's head on to the U.S. election update. So, more stories from the U.S. elections. Filipino-American Democrat Steven Raga wins his re-election bid in New York. Raga will stay on as Assembly member of District 30 in Queens. He previously worked with various Filipino-American organizations before entering politics. Raga founded the group Filipino-American Unity for Progress in Woodside, Queens in New York City.
A transgender politician also secures a breakthrough set in the U.S. Congress. Delaware State Senator Sarah McBride won the historic seat after garnering 2/3 of the votes needed. Among the politician's priorities are affordable health care and free housing.
Moving on to sports, back here at home, championship is within reach for the TNT Tropang Giga in the PBA Governors Cup Finals. The Tropang Giga dominates Barangay Nebra San Miguel in Game 5 Wednesday night at the Smart Araneta Coliseum, 99-72. The champs, TNT, the defending champs, now lead the best-of-7 series 3-2. Game 6 will be on Friday, November 8th, still at the Big Dome. Moving on to college hoops, the NU Bulldogs kept their momentum rolling, defeating the UST Growling Tigers, also on Wednesday, 67-63 at the Mall of Asia Arena. And moving on, the De La Salle Green Archers escaped the FEU Tamaraws 58-53. Motor Mike Phillips steps up for the champs with 17 points and 15 rebounds, plus 5 steals, 2 assists, and 2 big blocks.
Now in entertainment, time to save up 90s and R&B fans. Boyz II Men is bringing their greatest hits to Manila next year. The local promoter announced that the R&B group has a one-night show scheduled for May 18 at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Ticket sales begin next Saturday, November 16th. Prices range from 1,200 pesos to 9,500 pesos. Boyz II Men rose to popularity in the 90s with hits like On Bended Knee and I'll Make Love to You. I am holding myself from singing.
Yeah, she really wanted to sing, and we said, "Girl, here we go."
No,
here
really.
we go.
But it's a karaoke hit. Everything actually, all the Boyz II Men songs. Yeah.
So I think we should go to the concert.
We should. They should send us free tickets.
Boyz II Men, you're watching.
We should have them on the show.
Exactly.
Actually,
They should perform on the show.
We should
Boyz II
perform
Men.
with them.
No.
Yes.
No.
Grabe naman kayo.
See that awkward silence right there?
Y'all are such haters. You know what?
Sakto yung pregnant pause.
True.
Whatever. Y'all, I will be viral when I sing with Boyz II Men. Bahala kayo dyan.
No.
I'll
You know what?
sing with
You know
Boyz
what
II
will be
Men.
viral though? Your favorite fruit.
Yes, because you
Yes.
know, remember yesterday we talked about how apples can grow in the Philippines. Well, now a new variety of blueberry was just discovered in Davao. The DENR Davao says the micro-endemic tropical blueberry with the scientific name Vaccinium phalax, it sounds like Harry Potter spell I just said to you guys, couldn't even say it correctly, was seen at the summit of Mount Apo. Talk about snacking and conquering the country's highest point at the same time. Environment officials also remind trekkers to take care of Mount Apo's habitat, especially this newly found blueberry.
I have a feeling you would hike Mount Apo
I was
now.
just about to say,
Just
I
for that
actually love
blueberry.
hiking.
Yeah.
So now I'm on my way to Mount Apo. I love blueberries, and
You're-
I wish we had some now.
But have you eaten berries on a hike though?
I have in the U.S. because
Like picking from the, bushes itself?
No, because some of them are poisonous. I might turn into Violet from Willy Wonka. Some of them are poisonous. There are poisonous berries.
Yeah. But usually your tour guide can tell you,
Can we
this is
just make
poisonous, this is
sure?
not.
Can we just make sure that when you do go hike on Mount Apo, you only eat the right blueberries?
Yes.
I mean, normally when I go hiking, I don't have a tour guide. So just to be on the safe side, I don't know what to
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Baka
Hirap
mamatay
mawalan
pa
ng
ako,
co-host
guys.
kasi Anne,
I know. Or a purple co-host,
Yeah.
mahirap.
No, actually, I don't mind
Violet.
that. I don't mind that. We'll see. We'll see if we can a purple co-host who
Well,
will
actually,
do
you
it.
know what? Before, I almost turned purple. So I almost was a blueberry, not because I ate blueberries or anything
Why did you
allergic.
almost turn purple?
I wore a ring that I had, and I got bloated. I don't know why. I was,
it blocked your blood
what is it in
circulation?
Tagalog? What is in
Maga.
Tagalog na
It's
maga
maga. It's
or
swollen.
manas?
Yeah.
I swelled up and I actually had to go to the ER. I'm not kidding. If I found the photo, I'll show it to you guys. My hand was purple. Like I was turning into a blueberry.
And
So,
on
funny
that
story.
note, Filipinos prove once again why they're the masters of humor and wordplay, with business owners getting creative in naming their stores. Don't go anywhere. It's a beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Good morning. Welcome back to It's a Beautiful Day. Time for another road check. Here are live pictures, live footage from EDSA White Plains. On the left side are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard, and on the right side are vehicles heading to Cubao. Free-flowing on the right side lane, and southbound, medyo maluwag pa ha. That's good. still a good time to drive, so leave home early. Let's check on EDSA Orense this time. On the left side are vehicles going to Makati. On the right side are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard. If you're heading to Makati, keep a cool head, please, a little patience, and drive safe.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to plan your next getaway or planning a food crawl, here are some interesting food choices for you, courtesy of some very witty Filipinos. Humor me this. Let's take a look at some of the things that made the rounds on social media. This is actually the reason why we started this segment. Ito, why not swing by? And this is a real thing. The LeBron James Resort.
I want to go.
It's the GOAT of resorts,
Actually,
apparently.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made tayo another resort, yung Bronny. They're gonna do a witty one with Bronny.
Ronnie James, why not? Ronnie Jr. But moving on, while on your way, perhaps grab some snacks at Egg Sheeran, the expert provider in the city. According to that. And of course, you need a drink to go with your egg, diba? So why not go and have a drink sa Coco Marti? Ito, Coco Marti. There it is. You know, parang...
Alam mo, they should get Coco Martin as their model.
You know, if not, why not a lookalike? I don't know kung kamukha naman ni Coco Martin yung tao doon.
Sponsor ka nila. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Well, if Legoland naman seemed too far away, you're always welcome at Lugaw Land instead.
Hindi yan sa Malaysia. Malapit lang yan. Ata. Oh, mukha naman.
And, you know, since we all need it, let's take a break.
Alright, okay. Getting there.
And as you take a break, how about grabbing a bite at Mang Inasar? Maaasar ka sa sarap. Diyos ko.
I love Filipinos and their witty
We are so
charm.
witty. And for all your laundry needs, I'll do this in a commercial VO. And for all your laundry needs, Lord of the Rinse, now washing.
My precious.
But you know, this is just the one. There's so many
There's a lot.
examples. So,
Yes, yes.
I know another laundry shop in along Sun Valley in particular. It's called Anyong Washayo. Anyong Washayo for the And sa QC may cooking ng ina mo. Based on the, I mean, like,
Oh my
there's
God.
one also.
I love how you said it, Pao.
Yeah, I mean, kasi kanta rin yun lang. Kanta rin yun ng parokya ni Edgar eh.
We were all shocked. We were like,
No, I mean, like, really. Meron talaga.
Yes,
I
actually.
mean, like, it's just the wit of Filipino. Iba talaga yung Filipino humor
At
eh.
pag nagtayo ako ng business, natawagin ko siyang Gotohan, Lugawan.
your name is so easy.
Yeah.
You
I
have so
know,
much you can
right?
play with. Si Paolo naman.
Lomihan.
No, wala.
What's Paolo's?
Yeah.
What is yours?
I don't know.
Wait, Ampa? No.
Kung Pao.
Kung
No,
Pao.
if a Chinese restaurant, we call Kung Pao. No, but then, now, iba talaga yung humor ng mga Pinoy
Yes.
when it comes to all of that. I mean, like, you just go online on social media, yung mga accounts dedicated to yung mga Pinoy humor talaga.
Right.
Right, just talking about all of the wit and all of that. But is there any in particular that really stuck in your time here, Mo? Especially because you grew up in the States,
Yeah.
didn't really have as much as that
We
here.
don't have this. So this is, for me, amazing.
new, yeah.
Honestly, the one that stuck to me was the Egg Sheeran one that were, like, what is it? Egg Sharap?
Egg Sheeran.
Egg Sheeran.
No,
yeah.
their tagline, the excellent or
It's excellent. Yeah.
There's
That one's so funny.
there's actually a barber shop named Harry Cutter.
Why
I
not?
haven't seen any of these in person. Now I have to pay attention more
Harry
when
Cutter.
when
You know
drive
what? You
along.
drive through kasi you don't go to places like Manila. You know those where
does somebody wanna be
small
my tour
barangays.
guide?
Yeah,
Let's
just drive
go.
through the streets and you'll see the sari stores.
Girl, I'm scared to drive here in the Philippines.
Ayun lang.
Kaya mo na yan. Ikaw pa.
I do drive here, but I'm scared to go to the smaller area.
Oo, but then of course, again, this all started out dahil kay LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Iba talaga. I mean, like, even other institutions, I believe sa Laguna, may Harvard School of Laguna. and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of funny things out there.
And I mean, it's not just like the restaurant names or business names. We have our doppelgangers too, right? We have the Stephen Curry.
Si Stephen
Yeah,
Curry.
yeah,
Si Stephen
yes.
Curry.
Si Stephen
Taylor
Curry.
Sheesh.
Si Taylor
We
Sheesh.
have a lot, so like Filipinos are so fun.
Yeah, no, we love it. We love it, and we are all here for it. But that will do it for us today, this Thursday morning, November the 7th. Ako po si Paolo del Rosario. Thank you very much for joining us.
And I am Anne Asis-Carilo, sending love and good vibes your way.
And I'm Monique Tuzon. Stay safe, and we hope you have a good start to your day. Join us again tomorrow at 7 a.m. only here on
It's a beautiful day.